No, we'll just shred it. We'll be done the same time as usual.
She should know to give you like 3 hours on podcast.
That's like a 40-minute
4
podcast
hours.
there, right?
No, we're almost. Oh my gosh, we're almost never done by 9.
Never, ever.
Yeah. So if we go to 9:10. Oh dear.
I'm just teasing you. We go 2 hours on this show if we want.
I'm gonna get on and play video games after this too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet it's not Daisy.
I was thinking more golf with friends.
Oh boy.
Actually, I've been really wanting to jump back on Fortnite and try to do some stuff.
This is true.
I need to play some of that DayZ sometime.
You do. It's so fun.
It's
I mean,
not fun.
it's really slow, but then when you get into like fighting, it's great.
Johnny, it's not fun.
It's not fun at all.
I mean, it's fun for the for the first 6 times of gathering stuff and dying instantly, but
Hey,
you probably wouldn't die. You probably wouldn't die instantly like I do.
no. It's one of those. You do a lot of running and like scavenging, and you got to find your guns and all that. And since it's never ending, and if you die, you lose.
It's definitely
everything.
not all about the shooting. It's about role play, and it's about building your character and all that stuff. And Hunter's just not into that. It's cool.
It's okay to be weak. It's okay.
That's right. I'm just not a big role player,
Yeah.
I leave that stuff
Unless you're
in the bedroom.
If it
You're a
was
Leroy
Stole
Jenkiner.
if it was ERP, you'd be all into it, baby.
What is ERP?
Erotic.
Erotic?
Role play.
Right.
I could write a book.
Erotic pleasure.
Did we go live already?
Yeah, we're live. We're live as live.
As you talk about erotic pleasure.
Jeez.
It's good. It's good.
They're gonna ask me to resign as the children's pastor now. Thanks.
I know, you like how Clint didn't even let us know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then last week, I think we talked. He's like, I never go live without letting you guys know.
Oh, I thought I told
Yeah.
you.
Never.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think Johnny heard me earlier. I said, we're going live.
Pretty much.
It's okay.
okay.
Nobody's going to listen to that first part of the video.
Like, this dude said he likes his butts? What? What he likes his butts for? What in his butt?
I mean, all I said is that I role play with my wife in the bedroom, and
Whoa. Now you did it
Ew.
again. Whoa. Whoa. Living on
It's
the
all
edge.
within the realms of, goodness. There's nothing wrong with
it's in
any
the
of that.
it's in the covenant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the covenant. Yeah.
It's the narwhals. Oh, I heard that part.
I was going to say something, but then my brain was like, you better not, because you're on the podcast stream, not the gaming stream.
Thanks for joining in, guys. We're getting ready to get this thing started.
Choo, 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 choo. No, I don't want to share as Delirious Dads. I want to share as myself.
Hey, all my news is very short this week, so you're welcome.
Why you got to do short news?
Because last time I ran like an hour and 20 minutes, Clinton.
Oh my gosh. I'd rather you go long than short, bro. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew he was going to throw it in there. Just couldn't help himself up.
Hey, I may be short, but I can make it run long, if you know what I'm saying.
That's Ryan's thing. Like, if it's high school humor, he's on it, baby. Which is funny.
Yeah,
I mean, we still all
I never
laugh,
matured
you
past
know?
there.
Music sounds good. Does the stream look good?
Yeah, somebody's got it like playing in the background, probably Johnny. Like I hear it coming back through.
I see him.
I thought I muted it. Guess not. Ah, now I muted it. My bad. I thought I muted it.
Nope, still not muted, Johnny.
Yeah, we still hear
I
you.
realized that. Screw it. I'm out. I'm out. Putting it down. I'm glad I wasn't getting no dirty Snapchats from somebody. But like, oh, what's that? Oh, nothing at all.
Oh. Looking at those Sonic the Hedgehog pictures.
That's right. Oh, Knuckles, you're my favorite.
Oh, all right. We ready to do this, boys?
Dr.
don't know,
Roboto.
Do you guys have your intro?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Johnny, are you gonna do an intro?
Oh.
Oh.
My intros usually consist of cussing and saying weird things that I shouldn't.
So, I got a bleep sound effect I can add to it now. Thanks to Daisy. I said I had some Asian guy dropping F-bombs on me.
Oh, nice.
I was like, well, if I'm gonna put that on YouTube, I should probably,
Drop the bass.
yeah. I'll just put the old bleeper around him. It's great. All right, let's do this. Make sure I'm recording here. Oh.
Now we really are an hour late too.
It's okay. Sometimes you just got to go with it, you know?
Yep.
Gotta be fashionably late.
Yep. All right, going live. 3, 2, 5. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Mr. Old Butts, just put it in.
I've got good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Tonight I have to keep my concentration.
I want to know more about those butts.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's episode 54 of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast, and I'm here with my good buddy, my co-host, Ryan Maddox.
What is up, guys?
And
Glad to see you. Glad to have you.
And my other co-host, Hunter Venable.
What's good?
And tonight we got our old guest, our special guest, Mr. Johnny Weaver, a.k.a. the Icy Chiller, baby.
Did you know that 54 was my football number?
No, I did not know. See?
Well, now you know.
It's like destiny right now. It was supposed to happen tonight. This
Right.
way.
I will show you the way.
Yeah. Tonight we
Did you not know the way?
got a fun episode planned. We're just going to dive into it, you know. Didn't plan for nothing. We're just going at it right off the top of the cuff, you know. Isn't that how they say it, Ryan?
I'm pretty sure you were trying to say off the cuff, and then you messed up, and you just kind of rolled into whatever we're doing now.
Oh, I thought we had a discussion that it was top of the cuff. I guess it's not.
Oh,
You
I
said
don't
off
remember
the
that.
top of the cuff. But, you know, he's probably going to look it up and it's going to be like down the pike and then he's going to overuse it for the next 12 months.
No.
That one seems not possible. Because I feel like I haven't heard it said that way, but I was reaching for straws here. It's like somebody saying,
Mm.
you know, the old flounder.
He's
Yeah.
He's gonna play
Hey.
just the tip.
It's all right. Sometimes you just got to roll off the top of the cuff. Yeah.
There you go. We could just coin it and make it famous. That's what we should do. Yeah.
We can make it Eddie real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
I think that's so sweet.
No. That one is not going to be a thing, Clinton.
Never.
You say queet or the other Q word?
Sweet.
You said the other word. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah.
No. This is.
That's
a
why
good
it's never
word.
going to make it.
One day I was
It's
trying
a-
to
what
say
is
it
it?
was sweet, but then I
Yeah,
wanted to say
sweet and
cool,
cute.
so I combined it to tweet, and so I was like, I'm gonna go with that and try to make it work. And these guys,
You're
you
what?
know,
You're one letter off.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we said the same thing Johnny said first time he heard it. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm like, what
Well,
was
hey,
that?
I've got another one for you later, Johnny, that you're gonna love. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is one I actually looked up and was like, I want to use that, but then I couldn't. But we'll talk about that later.
And the context was him talking about his daughter's going to do something. So I was like, no, we're not using
No.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tonight Hunter is going to be bringing us some short news, as he told me before the show started. I don't know.
I'll
if
try
that's
to
Shorter.
drag it out.
Shorter. I think
Shorter
it just
news?
means shorter, Clint.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Short.
too long news.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing. Ryan's going to bring us some gadgets and gifts. He asked if it
Mm-hmm.
could be from the bedroom, and I said I don't think it's appropriate if the dad was
Right.
listening to the show, and all of a sudden
With the kids.
the dad's got
Right.
questions, and he's got to have answers. You know, so
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna do adult associated. I mean, they may be slightly adult, but they're not for the bedroom.
right now, if you went to our Patreon and donated a minimum of $3, then we could probably do an adult themed show and send it to you, and you just know,
Mhm.
hey, you know, we can talk about
Yeah.
the more
This is the
mature
content.
themes.
Special. Yeah.
That's the weirdest sale I've ever done in my life.
That was very. Yeah. That was not Queet.
And then I'm bringing a new segment tonight, a little history lesson of gaming, so to speak, and I'll reveal the name later on.
All right.
Very cool.
So yeah. So with that said, Johnny, I'm going to go ahead and let you make your announcement first, so that we get it knocked out of the way. Because I want all the dads out there who have teenagers who are interested in gaming to hear this little bit of news. So I figured you'd give this Saturday's event and then the Saturday after that.
Okay. Well, this Saturday, my team from Extra Life and OCU are teaming up with the Oklahoma City Thunder Blue to bring an esports tournament expo plus a Thunder game at the end of it. So if you come to the Cox Convention Center on 229, you can either purchase an observer, which is just come hang out for $16, or you can enter into one of our 6 tournaments for $22. And went up to some tournaments have 1,000 pots, some have 300. It just depends. Our biggest one is the NBA 2K20 tournament because that includes almost courtside seats to an actual Thunder game. It includes jerseys, signed balls, a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
And,
really?
Yeah, and the great thing is that it's actually helping out our sick kiddos here in Oklahoma with the Extra Life Foundation. So it's for a good cause, and you get to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To do that, you just have to go to nba.com/thunder/extra life and find your tickets on there.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then the following week with OCU, we're doing an esports combine for high school students. Anybody can join. Okay. However, seniors themselves can win scholarships to OCU for their esports program that they have.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice. How soon do you have to sign up for either one of these tournaments, Johnny?
So for the Thunder one, you can pretty much sign up tomorrow by midnight at 2:27. I mean, some people will come to the door, so if you don't make it in time, just come see us. We'll help you out a little bit.
Okay, so that's for our Friday people.
Yeah, and then as far as the OCU Esports Combine, I mean, if you can either sign up by reaching out to either me and I could direct you to the director of it, which is Jeff or Paul, or you could just come to the event and it's going to be at the OCU hall, which I can have more information on that too as we go.
Okay, and where can they? Cool. Where do you want them to reach out to you on, Johnny?
They can just reach out to me here on Facebook. They can or they can text me, which is 405-240-2154. Just like I said, try to reach out to me any way you can, and I'll get a hold of you.
There you go. Sweet.
Simple, easy.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And don't abuse that number, dads out there. Okay.
I had a friend tell me he was going to leave it on the bathroom stall when I put it on a public Twitter thing. I'm like, that's fine. Tell him I said hi.
I'm hearing something clicking. You guys hear the clicking?
Yeah, me too.
It's not me.
It's like a pattern. Like a wheel. I've never heard that before.
I broke a controller now. That was me. I was like, ooh.
What is that?
I muted mine and it was still going. So, and it's weird that we can all hear it. Can you hear it, Johnny? Okay, click mute on clean feed and see what happens.
Where is that? Aha. Still anything?
No, we still hear you, so you're not muted yet.
Oh well, son of a biche.
If you
should be your little
if you click the
you just
phone,
click on your name.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. I'm clicking on the phone.
Now it went away.
So is it me that's clicking?
Well, it's not weird
because it went away actually right before you did that, so now we'll never know.
Yeah. It just decided to, hey, we're going to show up. Well, that's live problems for you folks.
Oh yeah.
The world will never know.
Maybe it was a little earthquake or something.
Yep. If we hear it going again, just run in there and click that same thing you just clicked, and we'll know for sure if it's something going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, sometimes stuff like that just pops up, and it's internet stuff.
Right. Sometimes it's Ryan's butt cheeks flapping in the wind.
Of course.
Actually, most
Slapping
of the
in the
time,
wind.
that's a majority.
Yeah. So what I was thinking though, Johnny, the perfect marketing technique for us. I'll just this Saturday when I'm up there, I'll just swing by, give you a big old stack of business cards, the Delirious Dads, and you can just throw it. You know, just scatter it across the arena.
Make it rain.
Yeah, you can just make it rain on people, and then, you know, you don't have to be like, you don't have to vouch for us. You're just like, I don't know, these cards just flew out.
Yes.
You should go check it out. They're pretty cool people.
No, I'm down with that.
Just do the fake trip and throw them up in the air, and then be like, I don't. What are those?
Like,
I know before I got in here, I actually just got a phone call with Crescent High Schools. They want me to come up to their program, give some speeches, get some kids involved because they were getting
that's awesome.
a big program going up there. So 411, if you guys are free, or is it 411? No, 411's in Tulsa. 4, I think. Anyway, I'll give you the date. Either way, you guys can come up if you want. 4 something. It's the beginning of March or
Okay.
April.
All right, that's
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with all that said, all the joking aside, Hunter, it's time to get to business, and we need to know what's going on in the world of gaming.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Leaks for Geeks.
All right. Well, I started off the podcast by saying you have a choice, but you don't. I'm going to do it in the order
Oh boy.
that I've got it here. So, and really I only have one article here that's just kind of a little disappointing, but I'll start out with Resident Evil 3 remake.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, the Resident Evil 3 remake, they've actually announced not too long ago that the pre-orders are going to be $10 off right now for PS4 and Xbox One. So, it says, as a follow-up to last year's amazing Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 is one of the most anticipated games releasing in 2020. The sequel's April 3rd release date comes as somewhat of a surprise, since it's a little over a year after its predecessor. Though apparently Capcom was planning it as early as it confirmed Resident Evil 2. We're not complaining, of course, and if you're looking to pre-order the game, Walmart is offering the game at a discount before it's even out. For a little more about how the game is shaping up, before we take the plunge, be sure to read Resident Evil 3 previews. So, right now you can get it at Walmart for $49.94
Okay.
pre-order.
$10 off.
$10 off.
We got to get in. We got to get in and play 2 and finish it before we
Before
3
we get
rolls
3.
out. We got to make a goal to finish that together
A group
before that
effort.
Well,
happens.
we don't really have any excuses now that we can use that software to stay at home and do it.
Yeah,
True that.
we got to
true
try
that.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna try to see if it works. But if it
Yeah.
does, we will have some Resident Evil 2 action for you.
Right.
I like
need
Resident
to-
Evil 3. It was a good game.
Yeah.
it
Did
was.
you get to play any of the 2 remake, Johnny?
I haven't yet. I need to so bad.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Oh, it's good. The
It is super
graphics
good.
are phenomenal, and they really did a good job of making it feel like you're still playing the old one at the same
Right.
time. Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
And maybe
with the angles and all that stuff. So
maybe that can be something you can jump in with us if we know the program's working. That we're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
try to use. You can just jump
And-
in and play with us.
I think this. I may be wrong. I may be thinking something else. But this number 3 remake is actually going to come with some game modes that are multiplayer. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not only can you get on there and get some more old school play, feel the nostalgia, but you can also play some multiplayer. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it. If you got the money, you can go out and pre-order it for $10 less. So
Okay.
usually I'm kind of leery of pre-ordering games. I like to see what happens after they come out, but I feel like
Right.
they kind of prove themselves with number 2. But I don't know. So
Yeah, I
next on
think
my list.
They
Oh,
went
go
into
ahead.
I was just gonna say they went into detail with that game. Like there was so much as
Yeah.
far as the zombies and stuff. And from what I've seen, they've been very open with people modding the game too. Seen a
Oh,
lot
really?
of Claire Redfield and some skimpy outfits. Those come across.
Oh yeah.
Those come across the feeds all the time. But
Wow.
But yeah, they've done other stuff like the Thomas the Train as Mr. X.
Right, right.
and, other stuff.
Frickin' Thomas the Train, I swear to God.
So what's kind of cool is too that maybe make you think that they're going to be just as good with this game is it almost seems like they were working on them at the same time
Okay.
because they kind of announced. I mean, maybe not at the same time, but very close together because they said that they were almost ready to announce the 3rd when they released the 2nd. So
Right.
prob-
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
they
they
probably
must have
just ran
been
it
for
off
it to
the
be
same
ready within a
engine.
year.
right.
because the games weren't that different. I mean, there were some cool things that they did with Resident Evil 3, but it wasn't like a huge leap in the sense of graphics or anything like that.
Well, definitely not in the gameplay style. It was definitely very much alike, yeah. So I'm sure a lot of it translated.
So next on my list here, guys, if you're planning to attend PAX East, I got some bad news for you. So Cyberpunk 2077 and PUBG developers dropped out of the PAX East due to the Contravirus. PAX East continues to lose high-level attendees following the news that Sony has completely backed out of the show, with Capcom and Square Enix scaling back their plans. Two more major companies have announced plans to skip the show over concerns about Contravirus.
Can't blame them there.
Yeah,
Nope.
so
That's crazy that we're dealing with that. You know what I mean? That's like a reality that's happening right now.
Yeah.
I was in the Anaheim airport getting ready, and this dude comes walking past with a gas mask on. I'm like, well, clearly he doesn't want nothing right now. Jesus.
Yeah.
taking extra precautions, man.
Right.
I was looking at the statistics today on it, and compared to like SARS and what was the last one that we kind of had that was a scare?
Ebola?
Maybe it was bird flu. It might have been Ebola. I don't remember. There was two in the last maybe 5-6 years that happened, and the coronavirus is actually like 7 or 8 times more cases already than those were, at their peak when they peaked out, with like maybe 4 times more deaths already. So it's definitely, some of them I think they kind of over promote. It's good for money, right? It's good for people because
I think this one might be
people
the
go out
real
to the
deal.
stores and this one's got a whole different vibe to it,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a little weird to
Because
see.
it's been spreading to different places, not just like an isolated spot
Oh,
where
yeah.
they start talking about it. Like it's slowly
Yeah.
been kind
Right.
of leaking out. And I think it's
there's some
I think
cities
it's a
in the-
mutated virus too, like because it came from the animal origin, I think, not the human coronavirus. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm not.
I think they said that it had something to do with touching, like being in contact with dead animals.
Right. And what a lot of people were saying was like, of course, over here, people are like, oh, the Chinese people over there eating they eat anything as far as dead animals. So if it wasn't cooked well or, whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to blame it on bats and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen
Right.
posts like that.
So maybe this is our zombie
crazy.
outbreak.
Hey,
We've been training for all these years.
Hey, we will say on DayZ, China's still ruling the world, at least on the LA servers.
Right. Well, so
China
developers,
is the best.
right?
Exactly.
Developers CD Projekt Red, which is who makes Cyberpunk, and also the developers for PUBG, they were planning on going, but I guess some good news to take away from this is that they came out and said that they weren't planning to give any trailers or teasers on Cyberpunk, so I guess you're not really missing out on any content, but they were just going to have some staff be there, and so it's just kind of it's unfortunate for this convention or the PAX East, because they're losing so many big names that it's probably going to thin out pretty fast. But I'm saying if this, like we're talking about this controversy, you don't want to really be anywhere where there's just a ton of people packed into one place.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, well, it's not just the fans that are going to get in trouble on this too. Outside of the controvirus, you got to think of the event hosts, the impact that they're going to be hit financially from all the people
Right.
saying we're not going
Right.
to do it. You can't really get mad at them and go, but you should,
Right.
because you're in a situation where no, you can't do that either. So you're in a
In a pickle.
and that's a lot of money in an event like that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There were some people at DreamHack that had masks on and stuff too. I'm like, this fool got something, or he just wearing a mask? What's he got over here?
Right. You
Right.
start getting paranoid,
You start untrusting people so fast. Like
Yeah.
A couple
hey, you
of my staff would be like coughing just randomly here and there. It was just the whatever it was. I'm like, gosh, they got corona, ban them.
Yeah,
Hey,
your best
Johnny,
friend's coughing next to you. You're like, you're dead to me, dude. Don't touch me.
Johnny, I was supposed to let you know, just so you know, Brent Daniels says, someone tell Weaver he needs a light. So, there you go.
With my light. Yeah, he's my streamer for my event, so he's like, you need to get a
Okay.
better light. I'm like, yeah, I'll get one when I need one.
There you go.
I turned the ceiling fan light on up there. You should be happy.
All right. Well, next on my list is Final Fantasy VII.
It needs to hurry up, come out. God.
Yes, well, they have released that Final Fantasy VII Remake will hand out DLCs through Butterfinger bars.
What?
So, Butterfinger has announced a campaign to give Final Fantasy VII Remake players an opportunity to nab some DLCs by buying chocolate. The offer will, according to the Butterfinger company website, go into effect on March 3rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and will allow customers to purchase Butterfingers, Baby Ruth, or Crunch bars to potentially earn free DLCs by sending in a photo of their barcodes.
Wow.
Wow, that's some what do you call that? Fortnite style
Advertisement.
marketing. You know what I mean? Like that's some creative marketing right there.
It says
Like
you'll need to buy 2 participating products at once, and while you can buy the bars early, you cannot claim the DLC until the game is out for PlayStation 4 on April 10th.
It's
the
funny
deal
that
will
they even
not-
have to say that. How else could you? If you don't have
Right.
the game, you can't do the download content.
Right.
The deal will not extend outside of America either, which makes sense. Butterfinger is distinctly American product. So, Butterfinger tweeted, "Get ready to take snacking and gaming to the next level with Butterfinger and Final Fantasy VII."
Let me ask you guys this. It's a completely ungaming related question. I don't have regular cable, but I do get commercials now, and you know, obviously there's more and more commercials on YouTube and everything else. I don't ever see any ads for Butterfinger anymore.
They
Like,
changed the
used
flavor
to.
of it too, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Oh, really?
You haven't seen that, Alien? Don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Yeah, that's the last
No, I
thing
don't
I seen
think
was
I have.
Alien.
That's been all
Huh.
over, dude. I
Yeah,
feel like they've
Yep.
been playing the crud out of that.
Yeah, they've changed the
Okay.
whole. They've changed the whole taste of the Butterfinger. It's a different recipe and everything.
Yeah,
Well, that's
even
not
Honeycomb
good.
did. I'm a Honeycomb kind of guy. I'm like, this isn't Honeycomb. What
Really?
is this blasphemy? Yeah.
Oh, are you serious? Because not too long ago, I ended up. I'm like, you know, I've always been poor, so we lived on the generic honeycombs, but I still love the real ones, right?
Right.
But then my wife got a box of the real ones, and I was like, these aren't very good. And I
No,
thought it
they
was just
taste
because I got
stale.
used to the generic. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Sometimes
gosh,
that
I didn't
happens.
know it was because they did that. Huh.
It tastes
Right.
like booty.
You know,
So-
Pepsi did that once, way back in the day. They changed their recipe just to trick people up and then re-release the good one again.
Right.
It's a whole marketing thing.
So it says where you send these photos and what DLCs people could unlock is not clear yet, and nobody's announced it. But players will be limited to 1 receipt upload per day, and there's a limit of 1 offer item per person. And it says Final Fantasy is no stranger to crossing over with food brands, as past Final Fantasies were full of reference of pot noodles. For those outside of Americas at certain ages. So they've obviously teamed up with some marketing and food before.
Right.
This isn't the first time.
Not their
It's
first
just the
venture.
first time we're seeing it in America, I guess. So, yeah,
Makes sense. I've seen marketing like that, just not with games, not with downloads. At least.
right. I watched a video the other day actually on a game that was developed to kind of have some marketing in it for a pizza company. I forgot what it was, and they kind of, I guess, they said the way it is, the way that the game has developed, it's like they canceled the partnership at the last minute because they removed some stuff, but there's still content in the game of the player's dialect that hints towards this pizza. I don't remember if it's Domino's or what, but anyways, I mean, it's just maybe it's something that games are kind of leaning towards now.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
So yeah, I got 2 more here. These next 2 are just kind of fun ones. But Halo has released Nerf guns.
Oh, okay.
So
I've been tagging a lot of those. I'm like, oh, I want one of these.
yes, and it says Halo Nerf guns revealed. Yes, the Needler is one of them.
Yes.
Oh,
And
sweet.
so that I
Just smack
imagine that's
somebody
gonna
with
be
it.
pretty dope. Yeah.
Hey, do the needles disappear though? That's what I want to.
I don't know. Let's see here.
That'd be
Hasbro's
sweet if it like popped down and then like you
right.
reload
It
pops
would
back
be
up.
really cool as if you put the Nerf bullets in the top and then they suck down in and shoot out the.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Hasbro's brand Nerf has spent the past few years bringing iconic weaponry from the world of video games into the real world. Excuse me. Fortnite got its own blasters, and a few super soakers, and Overwatch got some really cool blasters as well. Now, Nerf is moving forward with its next installment, Iconic Guns from Halo. Praise be on Master Chief and the Covenant, as Nerf has 3 different Nerf guns coming out this fall based on the Halo franchise. Check out the first images below. You guys can't see those. But the first is a Halo MA40 blaster, inspired by the weapons in the upcoming Halo Infinite. This is a premier blaster from the upcoming set. Let's see.
So if they're planning on a fall release, does that mean the game? We're looking at a fall release.
Game always comes out usually around October or November, and it's due this year. Infinite is.
Infinite.
Okay.
Yeah.
It holds.
I knew that we were talking about the new consoles by the end of the year. So.
Right. It has a clip in it that holds 10 darts, and it obviously takes batteries to fire the darts. But let's see here.
Oh, it takes batteries. Okay, so it's not like a pump.
Yes.
The rocket launcher made me sad. It's not very big.
Is it not?
No, the spanker. All right, the spanker normally be massive. It's like that big. I'm like, that's not a rocket launcher. It's
So that M440 is like the big Nerf gun, and you know how Nerf has the pretty hefty guns, and then they also have the micro, is what they call, which is kind of like the little pistol. And so, excuse me, there are 2 of those blasters from the micro shot line arriving, and first is the SPN KR.
That's the spanker. That's a rocket launcher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
So
the spanker.
That's weird that it's a micro.
I know, it looks so tiny, right?
Yeah, based on the UNSC weapon of the same name. This is a one-shot blaster that comes with 2 darts and will retail for $10. And finally, there's the Covenant's Needler. Sure, the darts don't home in on your enemy, nor will they explode, but this mini blaster does have the look of a Halo weapon, and it comes with 2 darts and will cost $10. So, Clinton, I don't have the answer for you if those little needles go anywhere on top, but we do know that what I was talking about is not happening.
Well, if they don't, I boycott.
Just melee somebody in the face with it. Just whack.
You just buy a Needler Nerf gun and tag Hasbro in it and just destroy it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Right.
So it's
fix this.
So it sounds like it's kind of just a reskin of their already existing guns. It's just they put a new what do you call it? New
spin off and label on it.
Yeah, new coat of paint, so to speak. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
On that.
And then my last bit of news here, it's kind of an inside joke. I'll have to explain it to you, Johnny, a little bit. But one of the best games of all time
Golf with Friends
is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch this year.
Golf with Friends.
And it is Golf with Friends.
Oh my gosh. All right, go ahead.
So, the over-the-top and wacky mini-golf game, Golf with Friends, is expanding beyond PC. Publisher Team 17 has announced that the multiplayer golf game will release on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch 2020.
Has it released on PC yet, or is it still beta?
Available on Steam, early access since 2016, Golf with Friends is a zany multiplayer golf game that supports up to 12 players at once. Far from traditional golf game, Golf with Your Friends features 10 unique courses, including Haunted House, Outer Space, as well as power-ups, like the ability to toss honey onto the course to slow down the balls of your opponents.
So it's Mario Kart for golf.
Yes, there is also multiple game modes, including one that adds a basketball hoop or a hockey goal to the course. Golf with Your Friends also includes extra stuff to unlock, including skins and trails for the ball. Golf with Your Friends was developed by Blacklight Interactive. So, it says it costs right now about $10 American dollars USD on Steam. And so, I don't know, it doesn't say anything in this article about what it's going to cost on PlayStation. Okay. I would hope it would be cheaper if you have it $10 on Steam. I hope they're not trying to release this as a $50 game. No, but and it's not worth $50. I'll say that. I love the game, but it's a mini golf simulator. You shouldn't pay full price for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't believe you should pay full price for. I love 2K and I love Madden, but I still don't think those games should be $60 when they're releasing one every year.
Especially not 2K20. It is boo boo doo doo.
Right. So, Yeah. Anyways, Ryan, I wanted to bring it, or not Ryan, Johnny, I wanted to bring it to you. Can you lobby for me to make this a competition game? Because I would be number one in this game, I promise you.
I could turn anything into an esports game, man. Just gotta let me play with it. And I'd be like, hey, I need 12 players to go at it and see who's the best.
Let's do it. A tournament, golf with your friends
There you
tournament.
go.
I feel it coming on.
Yeah.
We'll
With
get
big money too, like
we'll get
$30,000 pot.
Well,
Then Clinton and Ryan will
supplied
be
the
like, "Hey, let's
30,000?
get on a practice, dude."
yep,
Right?
that'd be all we'd be playing. Heck yeah.
But I'm pumped about it. I need to get these nerds on to play with me every once in a while. Clinton, I don't know if it's moved. Obviously, it's got to move from beta if they're going to be releasing
Yeah. I'm
these
sure
on the
they'll-
PS4 and
maybe they'll
Xbox.
just release
Yeah,
it all
I
at
saw an
once.
article the other day saying that it got like its big final update and it's supposed to be
Yeah,
a lot
and
more
I've
stable
played it
and
since
everything else.
then. The menu
Okay.
looks better. The scorecards and everything are different, and then the maps are definitely a lot better looking, less buggy. And then there's more things like the power ups; those weren't there before. And so there's those cool power up things. So
It's a weird thing because I usually don't get mad playing games, especially competition games. Like I played Mario Kart, I played all Super Smash Bros, all those kind of games back in the day, and even now, I don't get that mad. But for some reason, Golf with Friends pisses me off. Like I want to punch a baby when I play that game. That's how mad
it's
I
because
get.
I'm good at it and you're not.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just maybe it's the hunter effect.
I like that. That's a good theory.
Because he's so cool and calm, and he's just like, "Oh, bro, I just made a hole in one, bro. I'm over here,
Bruh.
tent slot over here, just can't make it."
We'll have to play some Mario Kart 64 sometime on stream and whoop his ass for you.
Oh, there you go. That'd be fun. That'd be heck of fun.
I'm pretty sure you could whip me on whatever you wanted to.
I don't know about the new
That's what
Mario
she said.
Karts. I haven't played those.
No, the new ones I'm not that good at. The old school, that's right. I said that's where I was at my Blockbuster days, man.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm about to talk about some hard games,
That's right.
some old ones. So I'm going to
Was it your
reveal to
segue?
you. Yeah, this is my new segment.
Okay.
Yeah. Just switch on over here.
Smooth transition.
Right.
Oh, super smooth, bro.
I'm trying
I
to
didn't
keep
know if I had to
a
tell him
loving
if I was done or
I'm trying to keep a loving cat off me that's orange and I'm wearing a black hoodie. It's not going well. Not that lady.
All right. So I didn't
What's
have
up,
my
Kyle?
official
Sorry.
entrance music set up yet. I'll get some intro music in the future. But this segment I would like to call the Respawn Rewind. Now there's something that goes...
Respawn rewind. I like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. There's something that goes into the title though. I have to let everybody know I was hunting and searching. And I was like, I want something cool, And so I found this word, okay, and it's called a retrophiliac. And
That's not
apparently,
good.
yeah, it's a real word. The meaning of the word is it defines people who love things from the past. So this could be items, information, that kind of stuff. And so since I wanted this to kind of be more retro history type stuff, I was like, oh, that's perfect. But I couldn't figure out anything to go with it that didn't sound sexual. So yeah. I pitched it to my wife, and she's like, I'm thinking about people that are into the dead people. That's what it makes me think.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Necrophilia?
queets
Yeah.
or
Necrophiliac.
retrophiliacs.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
keep both of those out.
So I just can't win here lately with my my word creation. So Respawn Rewind is what it is. So
All right.
how this segment works, we're gonna usually probably once a month we're gonna either take a look at what's happened during that month in history, in gaming history. It may be just focused in on one particular game, but the idea is we're gonna go back and take a look at older games. It could be a year ago, it could be 20 years ago. Just depends on what I find that month, or if Ryan and Hunter take over the segment, kind of what they think's interesting. So the first two games that we're going to talk about, when I first started looking up information, I found out there's tons of gaming information. So I was a little bit overwhelmed and decided I don't want to overdo it on the information. But what we're hitting here, back in February, both of these games came out in February. The first one we're going to talk about is the 1988 release of Contra. This game, is a classic. I'm sure we've all played it at some point in our childhood, except for Hunter because he's young.
He's a wee baby.
Yeah.
I'm a little boy.
This came out on the NES in North America on February 2nd, 1988. This game was a port of the arcade game that had been out a year before. In Europe, the game was rebranded as Probotector, and all human characters were turned into robots. Now,
Really?
As I looked into the history of this game, well, first off, to give you an idea, if you haven't seen this game, it's a Rambo style, kind of Marine style type game. All the kind of 80s shows that you saw of like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Right.
Stallone, all those kind of guys. And so this game was a platformer that was based on that. And so it was all about big guns. It had aliens involved in it. And as I said, the original game came out back in 87, and the word Contra was an extremely charged word back in those days. The various revelations was concerning because of the Iran-Contra affair that had stunned the world. The U.S. was discovered to be directly sponsoring counter-revolutionaries, or La Contra, short for La Contra-Revolution. And they had themselves been
French.
accused of rampant and frequent human rights abuses during their guerrilla war against the leftist Sandinista government.
Nice.
Yeah. So they also slipped in a musical track entitled Sandinista. And this only cemented the relationship, though Konami and other officials have yet failed to answer this. But it was kind of obvious that there was ties to that, it being Konami and that kind of thing. Didn't know this at all about the game, so it was kind of cool.
So was the name used for attention, or was the name used for ties? Is that kind of the question? Like, was it used for...
I think people were insinuating
marketing?
this was ties, especially being released here in America. Like it was those American ties to the Contra situation. Yeah. So that's why it was so bad. So yeah,
controversial.
It was controversial. The connection was obvious enough to make the Contra title poison to European consumers, who tended to sympathize more with the socialist democracies like Sandinistas than the CIA-trained death squads funded by arms and drugs cells. So there you go. They had a little bit of controversy, so to speak.
Yeah.
With it, but it was a good game. One of the hardest. I think it's one of the hardest games, or the hardest game ever released.
It was pretty freaking hard.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Go
last.
Hey, I need to find it and get it on my regular Nintendo, my NES. You can come over and try it.
A lot of people do play it just for the purpose of knowing that it was known as one of the hardest games, and for just the challenge of beating it. Almost like even if it's not your style of gaming, you're just one of those people that really likes games that are almost impossible to beat. It's kind of known for that for sure.
Yeah, this is the one that was known for that. It was also real famous that a cheat code had been, you could get a cheat code. I don't remember exactly how to get a hold of it, but it was Konami code that would let you basically skip to the final boss, because it was so hard for people to get. To get through the game. But yeah, really
so you
cool
could
game.
skip to the final boss and still not win because you hadn't sharpened any skills along the way. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Sounds like a great strategy, right? So that's the first game in our history, 1988. I would have been a year old. Ryan would have been a year old as well, or 2 years old, I guess.
I was born in 93.
Johnny, what were you doing in 88, bro?
I was still pooping myself, but I was 3 years old.
Okay, you were 3.
Yeah.
All right. So you were like my kid. You were raising hell.
Yeah. Still am.
Yep. Well, later in the month of February, this would be 1990. Another familiar game came out, February 12th, actually, to be exact. 1990. Super Mario Brothers 3 released on NES in North America.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the history behind this game really isn't anything controversial, but I did want to mention some things with the game that I didn't really realize because I was only a year old. Or, well, I guess I would have been 3 years old when this game came out. It landed in Japan in late 1988, and then it would be February 1990 before it had released here in North America. And painfully, it didn't hit Europe until 1991. But it succeeded with its outstanding design and clever marketing, which is what made it a smash hit stateside. At this time, one of the good things about the game, in that era, we had basically discovered the 16-bit era, which was established by
Right.
the Nintendo console, or not Nintendo, but the gaming console known as Sega Mega Drive and Sega Genesis. So at this time, Sega was eating Nintendo's market share and portraying the company as a lo-fi, poor graphics and uncool company. So it wasn't, that was kind of their marketing. I remember that Sega was like the cool guy, and Mario wasn't anymore.
They were hip.
Sonic the Hedgehog and Echo the Dolphin.
Yep. So Super NES would eventually arrive in 1991, but at this time, this was like the last leg of the NES, so to speak, or last of the good games that came out with Mario. It was a Nintendo successor, and it did little to dampen the excitement and phenomenal sales of this, the Sega Genesis. Also, there was hype that began, at least in here in North America, in the States and stuff. They did their reveal a little bit differently. We were talking earlier about how Butterfinger's doing this DLC promotion. Well, back then they did something a little different with Super Mario Brothers 3. They put it in a movie. It was called The Wizard. And I think we've talked about this in the past with the Power Glove. But The Wizard was a cheesy family film, and its portrayal of Nintendo products, especially the Power Glove, was well known in the movie. But they did reveal the Super Mario Brothers 3 on like a big, I think it was like a big projected screen within the movie, and that's it showed all the people playing that game, and it was like the future kind of, feel to it. So that was how they marketed Super Mario Brothers 3. Various factors made Super Mario Brothers a dramatic step forward when it came to platformers, especially compared to Super Mario Brothers.
I have one.
The original.
That's awesome.
Do you really?
Oh.
That's what I was reaching up to get with my Power Glove.
That is nice.
It does not fit anymore. I mean, it's kind of worn out and stuff. But
Is that the original? Did you get it when you was a kid? Is that the one from?
Yeah, that's the original one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
That's
it does
cool.
not fit like it should.
That's
Wow.
really cool. Does it still work?
That's so cool.
I don't know. It might.
Very
But like
cool.
I said, it don't fit the hand very well like it used to.
A little stretched out, maybe.
A little bit.
So, in addition to its
That's awesome.
impressive versatility and hidden areas, Super Mario Bros. 3 is still arguably the most creative and peculiar title in the series. Various items and enemies were inspired by Japanese folklore and personal experiences from the developers. The Tanuki suit effectively gave Mario a stomp move. You had the flying with the raccoon suit.
I missed that game.
Yeah, and quirkier inclusions such as the frog suit and the, I'm gonna kill this name, Kuribo shoe. Is that what it's called? Anybody know?
You
Kiriboshu.
kill it. I have no
Kiriboshu?
idea.
Yeah.
I did kill it. So Chain Chomp also made his debut, while the Koopalings also appeared for the first time. Various ideas introduced in this title became mainstays later in the Mario IPs. So I didn't know that by Chain Chomp, they're talking about the little chain dudes, the little cannonball dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on the chains,
Bounce
chain
around,
chompas. Yeah,
Yeah.
the barks. We call them puppy dogs.
Yeah. So in its own time, it says here that it kick-started a Mario craze that even spawned a TV show in North America and remains a key reference point in Nintendo culture. It's had numerous re-releases, of course, and various items and recurring characters that have been integral right through to the most recent Super Mario titles. Super Mario Bros. 3
Am I crazy? I don't. Time out. Hold on. I don't remember Mario's show. Am I crazy?
Yeah, they had
Yeah, it's a
they had an
cartoon
animated
show.
Mario star. Yeah, you never watched Super Mario Brothers cartoon? I used
Yeah,
to.
you didn't know that?
I had to have, right? But it doesn't. It's not popping in my head right now.
I've seen videos of it.
Okay,
Obviously, I didn't watch it
keep going.
myself,
I got to
but-
look it up while you're going. I got to see it. Keep
That's
going
okay.
on what you're saying, Clint.
We're just here at
That's
the
crazy
end.
for me.
They just, and this is from NintendoLife.com, by the way, if you're wondering where I got
Okay.
the news on this. Super Mario Bros. 3 was proof of what clever technology, innovative design, and wonderful creativity can deliver. It's a true high point in Super Mario history. What's amazing to me...
As soon as I saw the characters, I do
It
remember.
clicked?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the spaghetti eating episode the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so
I can't believe I forgot that. That's weird.
Yeah, like I think about it, I just see it automatically. But
Yeah. It's one there. I like the mushroom and everybody. Now I'm like, yep. Because those aren't from games at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're different looking. Like they're drawn characters. They're different. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
So what's crazy to me, and I guess it's not much different than nowadays, like what we deal with now, is that the game came at the end of the life of the Nintendo, and also that the Super NES came out literally a year later. And so that would really suck for the people in Europe because they got it the same year that the Super Nintendo came out. So they were kind of getting screwed.
That's true.
So that means they were working on two games at once because when Super Nintendo came out, they had their own Mario game ready to go on that.
Right.
So they had to be either working gangbuster style or they had two split teams and was just able to fund it. I'm going to go with the first pick, though. More than likely.
Yep.
Did you guys ever watch the Super
you're right.
Mario's movie that came out?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
We were just talking about that the other day. I was like, how many good epic like movies that were like good movies came out that are game movies?
Oh,
and then Sean, another buddy of
You're
ours.
chopping, sorry. Just going to let you
Oh dang.
I thought
Is
it was
he still
me
doing
at
it?
first.
You
No,
sound
you're
good now. Just repeat what you said.
Oh, okay. A buddy of ours, Sean, had mentioned, well, what about Super Mario Brothers? And I was like, oh, you're right. Like if you go back and watch it now, it's kind of cheesy. But for when
Yeah.
it came out, that was definitely a top level movie. It wasn't like some low shelf movie, and it was really good. I remember loving that movie.
Remember those Goombas?
It was a little
looking
dark,
Like some,
yeah.
it was twisted. Like I said, Goombas
It
look like a
was.
big pile of turd with spikes on it.
They did so good, though. What was the guy that
Poop-emoji.
played Koopa? What was his name?
Oh god,
Didn't he recently die? Did he die of prostate cancer or something like that?
he might have.
Like he played all the
I
bad
got no
guys
clue
though,
on
back
that
in
one.
the day. I forget what his name is.
Matt, yeah, you Google him for me.
Yeah,
What's up, Maurice?
IMDb that mug. You know, what was his name? I can't remember it. But yeah, so just some good nostalgia. That's all I have on the history for the month of February. But boy, I was reading other stuff that February is usually our slow month in gaming, but back then it was not. I mean, look at that.
Yep.
Did
Time
you know that the
shift,
creator
time shift.
of the Konami code ended up passing away? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He passed away. I think it was today or yesterday he passed away. That's why I was like, you talking about the Konami code?
Dang, and it happened in February, right? You know,
Yup.
Mm.
something fishy. I think Hillary had something to do with it.
I blame Obama.
Oh, babe.
We kid, guys.
Well, you ready to
I've
hear
been
about
seeing
some
tons of
gadgets and
Facebook
gifts?
memes. What?
I said, you ready to hear about some gadgets and gifts? There's a
I'm
delay
just
on my
kidding.
thing. I can
There
tell
is,
it's going
there
on.
is, yeah.
But sorry about that.
That's okay.
Clinton just straight face. What?
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 Sandwich?
Pizza. Oh,
Oh,
go ahead and
damn.
go again, Ryan. Sorry. I just want to make sure I got a good, because some of this I'm gonna cut, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I
wanna make
get
sure
you, I
got
get
a
you. It's a good
tie-in.
segue.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you guys ready to hear about some gadgets and gifts?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
my
yeah.
friend.
I'm so excited for this.
Are they off of AdamandEve.com?
Not this time.
Oh, okay.
You got to have the Patreon account, remember?
Yeah,
If Ryan had it his way.
that's the paid subscription service.
Oh,
Are ye scurvy dogs? Where's me loot?
All right, we're here with gadgets and gifts, and no, they won't be from adamandeve.com, though Clint will be going, what's adamandeve.com after this? Looking it up.
How did you know?
Because
We're
I
not
just saw the
joking.
look in your
'Cause I'm
face.
definitely gonna have to
No.
go check it out. What is that?
Yeah. We're not plugging for them. They're not sponsors, but people will look it up if they haven't heard about it now that we've said it.
I remember in my hotel
it's-
room, my Swedish guy was like, "They really show these commercials?" I'm like, "Yeah, they show these commercials."
Yeah.
I was like,
As long
"Okay."
as long as it's not that Skittles commercial from.
At a certain
Oh
time
God,
of
I
the
remember
night.
that one.
Oh,
That band Skittles
Mm-hmm.
commercial, the same as the Pop Rocks one.
yeah,
Oh,
dads
man.
out there, don't be getting yourselves in trouble tonight. Okay, be good.
No, hey, if you're a dad with a wife, then Adam and Eve, you're all good. It's not like
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Anyways, the the first one on the list, since we're talking about being dirty, is gonna be glow in the dark toilet paper. Yep.
Nice.
What?
You heard me, because crap happens in the dark.
That's right.
That's some dirty paper.
Okay, I see where we're going
Yep.
with
Hey,
this.
hold on
On
before you go
Amazon.
on, Ryan.
Go for it.
This has never been realer for me until I had a kid because our bathroom is right by his room. We only have one bathroom. We have a small house right now. So sometimes in the middle of the night, I'll go to the restroom and I won't close the door, and I will not turn on the light. Then the reason
Yeah.
is because the door squeaks, and the light would shine underneath his door into his room. So I feel this, man. This is something that
Yeah.
markets to me because it's marketing to me because I need this.
I'll give you a real dad tip. Don't buy the glow in the dark toilet paper. Get what's called white lithium grease, right? Or sometimes even a little bit of vegetable oil on a Q-tip, and just rub it on your hinges. Boop, squeak's gone.
Gotcha.
Just so you know. Yeah.
I thought he was talking about
if-
the glow in the dark piece, and I was like,
No.
"How are you gonna put
Right.
that on toilet paper and make it glow in the dark?"
No.
Yeah.
So the real question is: does the toilet paper glow before you wipe your butt or after it gets poop on it? I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. It glows before.
Okay.
Obviously, if you know glow in the dark, you have automatic concerns, which would be, wait a minute, glow in the dark only really works when a light's been on, right? And when a light's not on, it doesn't glow very much. And so clearly, it's kind of gimmicky. A lot of the reviews are also saying it's about half the size of a normal toilet paper roll. Like it's more narrow, and it's smaller, and it's not very good toilet paper. And if your lights have been off, it doesn't glow. So I would say it's still got a good rating because it's a good gag gift. It's still got a 3.5 rating, but I would say it's if you're going serious for it. You don't
I need
need
to
it.
correct you. It's a 3.4. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What does this feel like? Pine cones in my butt.
Hey, I was gonna put this up on the stream, but I don't even think it's worth it because they don't even have an example.
It's like sawdust, or either that, or it'll be on the opposite spectrum and be like Saran wrap or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
way too
Well,
much.
you think they would at least show it glowing in the dark, but they didn't. They were just like, "Hey, we're gonna put this toilet paper roll on this cheap box, and then we're gonna write in
Super
big
cheap.
green letters, glow in the dark."
They know.
Toilet paper
They
roll.
know it doesn't glow that bright, and they don't want to just.
Oh yeah, they know.
You know.
Yep. Yeah.
They don't want to be those people that Photoshop it to where it's like super bright, and then you're
Right, it's like
disappointed.
dark. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
So
let
those,
me ask you
liver
guys-
pills.
But if this worked, this would be
Uh,
a great, like you're playing a horror game, you're playing Resident Evil 3 here soon.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah.
You just do it in a pot right next to your chair. And then
No.
you got your glow in the dark
Wow.
toilet paper ready to
No,
go.
I don't
Just-
condone that.
Just
Hey.
yell upstairs, "Ma, hot pocket, hot pocket."
There you
No.
go.
Yeah. You know.
I guarantee you there's some
listen.
esports competitors out there that are like, they got the Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, what is it, Home Depot
Home Depot bucket.
bucket right
dumper.
there
That's
next
bad.
to you, ready to go.
You have an issue if you
Not only
can't
that.
stop for a second and go to the bathroom.
Not if you want to be the
Right.
best.
Not only that, you're talking about now you're going back to your controller with completely unsanitized hands.
With
You know,
poo
Clinton's the
hands.
type of guy that had
Your
this.
hands, bro.
Clinton's
Smell
the
it
type
as
of
it
guy that
goes
had
by.
the. Clinton is the type of guy that had the 2 liters in his room filled with pee. That because you just
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
get up.
Been plenty
I
of times on
guarantee
a road trip trying to figure out how to make that work, you know.
Well, that's a little different. If you don't have a bathroom available
Yeah.
and you've
Yeah,
got to
it's
pee in a bottle,
completely
that's different than just being
Almost
Choosing
so
to, 'cause you don't
glued
wanna
to
get
your
off the game.
TV that you have to pee in a bottle. That's just you get a little bit of
Oh,
a problem.
so the child abuse of making your kid your boy pee into a bottle. You know, that's okay, but it's not okay to just pee in a bottle because you want to keep playing.
No,
I've had some long road trips. I had to pee in a bottle once. I'm like, all right,
That's
well,
what
that's
I'm
got over
saying.
me now.
Oh man,
If
peed all
you're
over
in a
myself
long-
one time.
if you're in a long
Oh.
exit,
Yeah.
there's not another exit. Sometimes you just got to do it.
When I
so
came
the
back from
panic sets in
Chicago,
when you
Lord.
seems like you're filling it up.
Right?
You're getting to the top.
Especially with the air, you're like, is there air? Pfft, like, ah, shit.
You get nervous, you know. You're like, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
But hey,
What were you saying about Chicago? Sorry about my delay there.
Oh, no, you're good. When I was coming back from Chicago, same thing. I left at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I didn't make it back to like 5:30 a.m. And I was like, I'm not stopping. I was like, I gotta pee. I was like, well, this jug's about to work for me.
That's
And
right.
well, it worked. It worked until the air decided to fight me back, and
oh
I'm like,
man.
Yep.
okay.
That's why you got to go for that wide mouth. You got to go for that Gatorade
I was
jug.
about to
That's,
say
you know what I mean?
Gatorade-
That's what works.
Gatorade's
Yep.
the go-to, you know.
Ryan's like in the convenience store making choices on his beverage because the mouth on that one's not wide enough.
Yeah. I know I had a Gatorade jug in here somewhere.
Gatorade's
Crap.
made for survival, you know, because if you get
I'll just
stuck out
take the
somewhere,
gallon
just
of milk.
drink your own piss, you know.
Sometimes you gotta let it flow.
So if you guys have listened to this show where we do this portion of gadgets and gifts, it tends to go down a theme. Sometimes for me, I don't find the theme until I start looking, and then the first product kind of leads me down a road. You know,
Oh man. I see
this
where
time
we're
the
going.
glow in the dark toilet paper was the first product, so
Oh.
the road we're going on is very dark.
Can you say toilet humor?
I do have a couple that I'm going to scatter in there to give you guys a break from the bums, you know, but mainly that's the track we're going on.
So it's bathroom stuff.
Is that a movie? Breaks
Yeah.
for the bums.
No, we're just gonna be talking about bums a lot on these
Okay.
products.
Is
So,
that a B-rated porn movie?
yeah. Okay, so next on here is a non-bum related or adult related product, but it is gaming related.
Okay.
This is a USB. I guess I'd give you the product, huh, Clint? Just in case you want to pull it up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a Chewy CHUYI Cool Gamepad USB drive. Okay, and so this looks like a PlayStation controller, and you slide you got two handles obviously on a PlayStation controller. You slide one off, and then it reveals your USB thumb drive to stick into your computer and everything. Pretty cool. If you're looking for kind of a unique thumb drive, you know,
It's not
that you don't
like
wanna
full
lose,
size,
like
though.
one of them little ones. No. It's small. Yeah, maybe 3 inches.
Could
or
you
so,
imagine if it was the
something like
size of an actual PS4 remote and you just
that. Yeah, you'd break your USB drive trying to
and then just plug it in?
stick it in there.
Right. One of these
It'd be
big old
just
things
hanging
like it's
too
not
much weight
coming
on it.
out.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
so,
it made by
okay.
anybody specific? Because I'm not seeing it on my end.
Yeah, the Chewy that I gave you in the beginning, CHUYI.
UYI.
Yep.
That weird thing that has nothing to do with PlayStation remotes or USBs.
Did you find it?
That's the name.
I think I did.
Okay.
I think the best USB drive I've ever seen was the dog that was humping when you plugged it in. It
I've
just
seen that
humping the
too.
USB.
really?
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh,
I like
I
that.
need to get this for my 9-month-old. This will be good. Here you go.
Oh yeah,
Just
for a
let
little
it chew on
practice
it.
controller. Heck
Just let
yeah,
it chew
it's
on it.
rubber.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
I mean,
to go.
She might pick up gaming. my fear with my 3-year-old, she's all into the tablet, so there's no controller work. It's just, hey, I'm just over here playing with my index fingers, just tearing it
Right.
up, you know. And it's like, well, eventually,
I do what I
she's
want.
gonna play with him, you know.
All right. Well, the next thing we have is it is gaming related / dad related / kid related, right? Because we like games. We all like Pokemon. We all like waffles, you know. And so why not have a waffle iron that makes Pokeballs, right? I like
That's
it.
pretty cool.
You know, if you're into some products like
What's-
that.
what's the name?
This one I did not and was not able to find on Amazon. It's actually listed on GameStop, believe it or not.
I bet it's
and
made
it
through.
is-
Sorry, there's a store
Go for
that GameStop is partnered. Well, it's the same company. I mean, it's called Think Geek, and they do a lot of.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
a Think Geek product.
Yep. So Think
And
Geek
this is
does a lot of stuff like
$19.99.
that. They
It's
also
really not
do
that pricey for such a kind of unique gift. You know what I mean?
Right.
$19.99 for
They
that.
make a
Pretty
couple of them, Ryan. They make one that's the Death Star.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Different stuff like that. So
Oh.
Cool. I like that
Very
one. That's a
cool.
good gift.
That one, I want to see like some Pokemon stuff. Like it's really just the Pokeball.
Right.
yeah,
you want
that's
to see
exactly
like
what
you wanna
Ryan
see some
said
Charizard,
earlier.
like a Charizard waffle or something like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, something like that.
Or a Pikachu, as you said last episode.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Pi-
a
Pikachu, a
Is that a
Mewtwo.
pickle?
What was
and
the
a
other one?
cucumber?
Hey,
Yeah,
one of-
Moochu. Or something like that.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Mewtwo. Hey, that's
Mewtwo,
and I should know that because I've
Lord.
I've seen the movie. The,
Pikachu, and
and he's in it.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Mewtwo. I can't help
All right,
it,
we're
you
gonna
know?
f-
I kill it on the Twitch streams too. I'm like, Chabacos? Welcome to the
It's
stream,
like
bro. And they're like,
The guy's like, my
Gabos.
name's Charlie. It's Charlie. I don't understand.
Chabuckles.
Nothing will ever beat the
As he has a
Gigantuous
stroke.
or guy.
Shut up.
Nothing will ever beat that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Giganticizing. Wasn't it something like that?
Giganticizing.
Giganticizing.
Gigantamaxing?
Oh, my
That's
God.
what
That's what it
it
was.
is.
I
Gigantamaxing.
think
That's what it was.
I think
Yep.
it's Gigantamaxing, Ryan.
Gigantic Max. Ryan's
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely
oh,
is.
yep, that's it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, the pressure of the podcast. Hey, let's flash back to another flash drive, though. Okay, guys?
Okay.
This one is just as cute as could be, because that's what we're all about here. It is let me give Clint the exact name here, see if there's a maker. There is not like a maker name on it.
Okay.
It says Portable Cute Mom Pig USB drive. Okay? So this is a little mom pig that the little
USB,
baby
okay.
pigs plug into. So it turns one USB into like 4 USBs, and the little
nice.
baby USBs feed, off
this
the
is
tit
genius.
of the
This
mama
is-
pig. Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
the teat.
Yeah.
This
very
is
strange.
beautiful. And here you see nature at its best.
Right. You could use this to teach lessons to your kids, guys. I mean, all kinds of things. It's got a pretty good rating here. We're talking about a 4-star rating, or it might be 3.8 or something if Clint's going to correct me. I don't know.
All I know is this is grease lightning over here, baby. Looking good.
But now that we're talking dirty like pigs, let's switch over to the next one.
Okay.
This, I kind of feel like we might have talked about this before, and if we did, I don't care because it's been long enough.
Okay.
This is actual pads, like a maxi pad, right? To absorb things that you don't want to get out, right? Except for instead of being the things that women usually want to absorb, this time it's fart moistures. So this is a charcoal pad that goes in your
Wow.
underwear
What's
and
the
filters your fart.
What's the name?
It's
so I can
called
look it
a
up?
flatulence deodorizer,
No.
and it is a
But they
high-end
actually have-
charcoal pad.
They have smells, though, right?
No, it's not smell. It's just taking away your fart smell. It's going to capture
I've seen
all the little
some
moisture
that-
molecules.
I've seen some that actually release, I think, a
So
Oh,
perfume.
really?
Like a
Yes.
Febreze, you blow out the backside and
Yes.
out comes some roses. But
Somebody's like, literally, like the old joke, like, what's that smell? Oh, I farted.
Wow.
my ass.
Wow. That's
I
crazy.
tell you what, though, this is not interesting looking at all, though.
No, it's not cool looking. No.
No.
It looks like they made it look too professional, right? Like, this is
Right.
discreet. The fart catcher, flatulence deodorizer. They even used, they should have marketed it that way on purpose. Fart Stopper 2000. Don't call it a flatulence deodorizer. Nobody's going to buy that. We're not even going to find it when we're searching. Men are never going to search, how do I deodorize my flatulence? We're not going to search that. We're going to say, where's the Fart Stopper?
You know what's gonna happen with that? I'm gonna be going to work one morning, get some dog hair on my legs, on my scrubs. I'm gonna go reach for the flatulence deodorizer and rub it against my scrubs, thinking it's gonna get the hair off.
You just
Wow.
gonna go.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Something like that.
How would you have it look, Clinton? You were like, this does not look cool at all. How would you? Would it? Do you want daisies on it or what?
I wouldn't have it look like no ping pong paddle. That's for sure.
look like a butt plug with the little blow bubbles on it. So every time
Yeah.
there's a bloop,
Hey, I saw one on
God.
another
Something that
site
sings
that
a
was
song
like
to you.
it almost looked like it.
You
It almost looked like it
smell so
velcroed onto the outside of your underwear,
so clean.
but I couldn't find it on an actual site like Amazon, so I just went with this one instead. But that one actually looked a little cooler because
Did
they
it?
had nice underwear with it.
Oh.
But it was still just a little square pad, like one of them pads you use like icy hot, but sticks
Right.
on your butthole. Yeah.
call,
I like on
call-
the side how one of the top things you can click on is gastric bypass.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Well, you're probably going to need it with that gastric bypass.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, some gas
They should call it the Taint Master 5000.
Hey, I will tell
There
you,
you
if you
go.
have a colonoscopy done, just so
No,
everybody out there
no,
in the
no,
world
no.
knows.
Tidy taint.
A tiny taint.
Whoa,
Ooh.
there you go. Marketing genius over there. Hey, if you have a colonoscopy done, just so you know afterwards, you are farting, my friends. Just
Yes, you are.
blowing it up. It's great.
Well, just in case we haven't gone down the rabbit hole far enough, we'll take this one a little bit deeper. Okay.
Wow.
You're bringing out
Stop
the worst.
that.
You're bringing out the worst in this podcast. Let's do it.
Well, I knew we were going to have, Johnny on, so I knew where we were going to be already. So I said we might as well embrace it, rather than fight against it.
That's right.
Okay, this one, which I used in my open liner, this is the actual name of the product, Clint. Mr. Old Butt. Mr. Old Butt. This is a pen and pencil holder that has, its butt cheeks are the speakers, and it looks like a bunch of like blackheads on his butt cheeks. Yep, and the pencil goes into the butthole, and he announces things such as, "Oh no," or "Yeah."
Hey, wait. I'm gonna play the audio. You ready? Here we go.
No.
We're gonna play the audio. Here we go.
Mr. Old Butt Pencil Holder.
This is awful.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
That's so. No.
Lord,
That is
baby
awful.
Jesus.
Why?
All I can think about is that meme of that little duck creature, and it goes, "Every day we stray further from God."
Okay. I've had enough of that. The butt cheeks are what's really grossing me out. It was like a
Oh, it
pile
is.
of
It's weird.
blackheads,
Blackheads in the butt cheeks. You
Okay.
just put the pencil right in the rectum.
Ugh.
Is it
Uh-huh.
supposed to be? It's not supposed to be a hairy butt, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to look like something like
Maybe.
that. Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't,
the speakers though. That's the speaker holes,
Okay.
so the sound will come out. Yeah.
There you go.
I think
Um,
what's most disturbing about that is his stance. It's like he's completely given up. Like,
Yeah, and he's like, he's like really relaxed.
yeah.
Just
a-
let
like,
Jesus
this is-
take the
It's
wheel.
like he's assumed
Like,
the
he's like-
walrus, He's on that
He's like,
walrus
this is
position.
my life now. Like,
Why?
This guy's been
Why is
tortured
his
for
nose
years.
so big? Why is his nose so big? Like, what does that have to do with the product?
I have no,
I have no clue.
no attention to his nose. There's just too much else going on.
Look,
It's-
and it says
There's
on
too
here
much.
multiple times in the description and in the title, head does not move. Like, that must have been really important
But it does.
for everybody to know.
But it
Does
does.
it?
He
It
lifts
does.
his head up, yeah. Lifts his,
Oh my
lifts
gosh,
his
why
head
does
up
it
and
say
everything.
that? That's funny. Yes, that's right on here. Head does not move in big bold writing too.
Where are you on? Are you
Because
on a
it
second?
obviously looks like on Amazon, but it obviously looks like it's hinged, right? Like the head is hinged, like it moves. So
Hey,
Like when you're
obviously
s-
it does because you watch the video.
on the official YouTube video 6 years ago, because that's the last time someone's looked at this,
Maybe they
Hmm.
changed it.
Dank Boy says this. Stuff like this is a waste of resources. My faith in humanity has dropped since I watched these videos.
That's what I'm saying,
There you
man.
go.
I think of that little duck guy that's like, every day we stray further from God.
Right.
You know what I'm
Lord.
thinking? I'm thinking this might be a used one, like really used.
A used butthole?
And, yeah, I think it might be, and that's why it says
That's what I
head
was
does not
thinking.
move. Like it's a
Yeah.
collectible.
It's used. Yeah, it's a collectible, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
it is.
old, so that the mechanic doesn't work anymore. That's what I was thinking too.
Well, like I said, the last comment was 6 years ago, so
Very nice.
I don't know if sales did too good.
Well, I
Well, they
imagine
might have
not,
got
Clinton.
banned in a few countries. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very explicit. Like, I had to stop the video mid.
Now, I missed it.
Here.
I missed it. It wasn't a pencil sharpener or anything. It was just literally...
It's just a holder, like sits on your desk, and you stick your pen in it to hold it. That's all.
Just one, though.
It
Nobody
looks
just
like,
keeps
just
one
one
pin held.
But it looks like
Just
a pencil
one.
sharpener, doesn't it? Like, it looks like it could be.
Actually, that's how I found it. I had come across one that was a pencil sharpener. It was like a not like so human looking like this, right? But it was like a body of a person, and there was a hole in the butt that you stick the pencil in, and then you crank where the head would be. I saw that, but I couldn't find it on Amazon, and then I came across this on accident.
That reminds me of the Chinese product I found, the bubble bar. Remember, where it's the kid.
Yes.
The butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fact to me that somebody was sitting at home and just all of a sudden like, I've got it. This is what we're going to do.
Butthole surfer.
Yeah.
Oh, there's companies that's all they do. I mean, I see all kinds of, like, after that, there's another one right here for a pen. It holds a pen. This dude kind of looks like Donald Trump. Pins in his butthole. He's laying down here. Then you got another one that's just like a squishy looking butt cheeks that like are just rubber that are sitting on the desk with the pin in it. Wow. So clearly it's a thing. You know, it's a thing. People do.
Yeah, if you're into butts that hardcore, it's like you got to have it as your pen or pencil holder.
You know, a lot of this kind of stuff is gag gifts, obviously. If you're that guy, the boss or whatever, who keeps that out on your desk, something's wrong a little bit.
You're a little weird. Yeah.
You might be a Weinstein.
This is the things that you have one of them in your drawer at home. When your friend's over, you say, check this out. I got this for a gift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. Yep. Yep. His head does not move, though. Just let him know ahead of time.
You need to send me that link so I can get it from my mechanic up the road.
Can you imagine, like, a CEO having that on his desk? Like, Linda, come in here. We need to have a serious... We need to have a serious talk. Hold on a second.
All
right.
Hey, my butthole.
That'd be a good stream tool when you're streaming some games. Just have him sitting there with you, you know. Boop.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Throw us the stars. We'll stick another pin in.
When you donate money, he gets it.
Wow. Well, we can't go any further downhill than this, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Oh, is that all you got?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, as dads, we just got to go that direction. It's in us. It comes out in conversation sometimes, and you know, I think everybody gets a kick out of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how bad the audio was going to be. Blame Clint for that.
Yeah.
What do you mean bad the audio? You sound fine tonight.
No, his sounds were a little strong.
What sounds?
The sounds you play to the guy is what he's doing. He's trying to say that you...
It's the cocaine and cocaine accessories.
No, I didn't know either, just so everybody knows.
Right.
We haven't previewed that video before we played it, so if you were offended, we apologize. In the sense of you didn't want to hear that. Not
only some of us apologize. The rest of us are just like,
meh. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Well, it was a fun podcast. We hit a lot of information, and some of it was a little stanky, you know what I'm saying? But it was good.
If you complain about the guy's voice,
well,
this is you.
Oh my gosh.
My daughter and her friend drew that for me, by the way.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to hang up in the
demonetized.
bathroom.
Hey, that is the perfect moment to say your word right there. What's your descriptor for that?
Oh, retrophiliac right there.
There you go, retro.
Oh my gosh. The other one.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's so quick.
How's it retrophiliac?
That picture's so sweet. It's got some sweetness.
Oh
to
my
it.
god.
I have to leave. I have to leave.
Man.
It's just an uprooted palm tree. That's all it is, right? Uprooted palm tree.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Goodness.
No, I drew the line at Queet.
Gonna franchise
Yeah,
that.
obviously
That is so sweet.
That was obviously just the line to cross tonight, not the line to stay behind.
Don't be a quirk. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
It's like,
No more Q words for you.
How close can you get until you just push it too far? That's what we like to say. No, it's been fun. Golly, I feel like we did go a little overboard, but man, it was fun. It's the live podcast. You gotta have a little fun with it.
You gotta have a little fun. It's after hours. Kids should be asleep by now, right? Yeah, it's not over.
Yeah,
It's fine.
we went an hour late just for this content, guys. You know?
That's right.
We knew Ryan was pushing the envelope with his toilet humor, and so we pushed it an hour late. It really wasn't the internet, folks.
Right. That's it.
Yep. Well, if you enjoyed the episode and you want to check us out, you can find us on Facebook at Delirious Dads Gaming. We're also at our website, www.deliriousdadsgaming. And if you want to support the show, you can check us out over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/deliriousdadsgaming. Okay. It starts at $3.
So it sounds like
Moves
Delirious Dads Gaming is the easiest way for them to find us anywhere.
Anywhere, everywhere.
Anywhere.
Yep.
Hey, thank you again for joining us, Johnny. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
I appreciate it.
You make the night funner for sure.
It's always
I
a
try.
blast.
I try.
Johnny, do you have any information you want to throw out as far as where people can reach you and that kind of stuff?
I mean, honestly, just either find me on Facebook at Johnny Ryan Weaver. They can hit me up on Twitter at IceEachOther54, or they can give me a text at 405-240-2154.
Just want to
All
make
right.
sure I got
And
that
that's if you
number
guys
one more
are-
time, baby.
Do what?
I said I just want to make sure
He
I
was
got
making
that
sure you
number
had your
one more
number.
You Gucci, yeah.
And that's if you guys are into anything that has to do with, esports and stuff like
Esports.
that, and you're kind of interested in that industry or things like that. Johnny will definitely, he's a giver. He'll definitely give you some information.
He's
He'll
got
help set
the,
you up if you need to find out about some tournaments or anything like that. Don't be scared of that. If you're a young guy and you're thinking, I've been thinking about playing, I've been thinking about doing some tournaments, quit thinking about it. Go do it. It's
Yeah,
a real
do it.
industry. It's growing. Yeah.
Definitely.
He's got the Infinity Gauntlet on right now, but
He does. And if you're just into, you're wanting to put on tournaments or anything streaming related, he's, if Johnny can't figure it out, he's got people that will,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
he's more than willing to hook you up. So, and you can check him over at Click Gaming.
So I work with about 6 colleges here in Oklahoma and about 20 plus high schools.
Yep.
Nice.
The man stays busy.
I try.
Well, with that said, guys,
Stay delirious.
stay dadding.
and stay gaming.
Stay teabagging.
This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show,
Stay
visit our website
This
at
doesn't fit.
www.deliriousdadsgaming.com.
Right, they'd be like,
You
what?
can also find us on facebook.com/DeliriousDadsGaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure
It
you
only
like
needs
and
to be
share our
official for the
pages to
actual
help us grow the
podcast.
channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes,
People
Google
like our
Play,
banter.
Stitcher,
More like
and Spotify. Please leave a rating and
You know how
review
bad
if
these
you
things
enjoy
were
the
when
show.
they came out?
Thank
Like,
you
they wouldn't
again
read
for
half the
listening,
time
and
and
we
stuff.
hope to see you
That's why
next
they
time.
didn't work so well. Like you like freeze and this didn't work up here, all the keys.